Hello everyone, my name is Nathan and today it's time for another episode of Factorio. In the previous episode we introduced our oil production and everything connected to it. We also introduced our first trains. As for today, I just researched a couple of important things such as the level 3 modules and beacons. There's still plenty of research ahead of us just with what we currently have, but I think we should already go ahead and build the last science pack. Now first things first, I need to make a little improvement here. We do not have enough science labs in order to take care of everything. So I was thinking maybe we can set up another row here. We then split off this belt here and make it come around. And of course set up a whole bunch of inserters and we should be done. Okay, there we go. That's one problem taken care of, double the research speed. Now, I already took myself the liberty of planning out the last science pack, and this is the machine we're gonna be producing. Now, I already took into account that we can build beacons and also productivity modules at the highest level. Even though we're not gonna completely fill it up with all the necessary modules, we are still gonna build it this way in order to save on assembling machines. So let's get all those ingredients, and the modules I'm gonna add later. Electric furnaces and 14 assembling machines. I actually unlocked this and all we need is a bunch of speed modules for that. Just the level 1s, which I have a bunch of. We also need quite a few beacons. Fortunately enough, they are not too expensive. Well, electronic circuits, but I do have that at my manual crafting system from the start. Well, actually not that many, but it's gonna be alright. Looks like we have to make 44 beacons for this contraption. Now, because there are already quite a few things in the vicinity that we require, such as batteries and plastics, I thought we're gonna utilize this area right here in order to build it. So the first thing I probably want to do is reroute my oil a little bit. There we go. Now it's coming down at this spot and it's not gonna be in the way so much. Let's maybe also move the power poles somewhere else. Actually, it looks like we don't even need them anymore. Wonderful. We can also get rid of those. Now, actually looking at this, we could utilize this steel production. Just how much steel do I need? Yeah, I would just require 2 electric furnaces. I think I'm totally gonna do that. So we're gonna add some electric furnaces here. Hold on, maybe like so. Then we move this a little bit further up. Move this up as well. That would actually be perfect. Get you and you in there and we're crafting away. We can then go ahead, combine these 2 lines together, get those guys out of there, a little bit of power. Actually, a small pole is also gonna do. So that is already 1 ingredient out of the way. I wasn't sure where to produce. Though, hold on, that is with 8 beacons. Let me actually see if we can fit 8 beacons here. Totally forgot about that. We're now basically researching all the bonuses such as capacity bonus, better worker robots already, the highest tier of belts, etc. At this point we have no choice other than upgrading the belts, so I'm crafting away and we wanna upgrade everything to tier 2 as soon as possible. Et voila, said and done, most of the belts are now upgraded except the ones here at the bottom, but I don't think they are necessary. What we need to improve now is the throughput. So we need to upgrade the input belts as well as the furnaces. Actually, we should be able to check that here. So if we want to go for an ore smelter, let's see. Yeah, we use those furnaces and we could go ahead, use the best productivity module. That is going to increase... Oh no, then I would have to rebuild it with beacons. We're not quite ready for that yet. Wait, did I leave enough space to accommodate an electric furnace? I think so. No, I did not. However, with 48 steel furnaces, we could get a throughput of 30 items, which is exactly 1 red belt. Exactly what I need. So all we really have to do is upgrade them to the steel furnaces. And look at that, I can already craft 48 of them. And then we're gonna need 48 more for the other iron contraption. Wait a second, that should be easy enough. Oh, look at that. It is an absolute dream to upgrade this. And just like that, we are out of raw iron. Crazy. But yeah, let me just finish upgrading this and I'm gonna be right back. And just like that, we have 2 full belts of red. I upgraded everything, including the station here, to red belts. Now let's think about the arrangement for the machines. Looks like we only need the gears for the engine unit as well as the pipes. We need the steel for various recipes, so we have to combine these 2 materials together with the steel that we have from here. This means at some point we need to split up the iron and copper, bring it upstairs. Now we could theoretically do this right here. Is this convenient? Let me see. We could easily split up some copper here, for instance. So this goes up. And we do the same thing with the iron here at the bottom. Turn around a little bit. Actually, this can be yellow belts. Though I'm gonna need a red underground belt to actually manage this gap. Now, with our 2 lines going north, this is good. This is probably... yeah, we cannot do this gap here. We need another red underground belt. Wonderful. And now we have access to all 3 materials right here. By the way, before I forget, I think I have the ingredients for a large battery. Let me see. Where's the battery? Right here, actually. Just requiring some processing units and low density structures that I can actually build in my inventory. Though they do take a long time to craft. It's better we finish the last science product, so we actually get access to these materials on transport belts as well. We only really need 1 assembling machine for the engine unit and the electric engine unit, so we're gonna directly feed the gears and pipes into them. I want to leave some theoretical space for a beacon setup, so approximately here is where my machine is gonna go. The level 1 machine is going to produce pipes and the level 3 machine is gonna produce gears. I could also use a normal machine for this one, but later on I want to fill it with productivity modules so we use less iron. Let's go ahead and actually do something like this and move over. Gonna feed this with fast inserters and bring it out with fast inserters. Right here we're gonna have the next machine. This one is gonna produce, I forgot again, I think the engine units. Let's move over the steel a little bit. I want to bring this exactly here. Get some underground belts going. Wonderful. With another fast inserter. I'm actually gonna set up a power pole here. This is gonna take care of all the inserters. And actually if we exchange it with a larger power pole, we can also power up the machine there. Okay, now, if I'm not mistaken, this is going to require some beacons, right? Yeah, the 2 engine unit assemblers can actually share 1 beacon together. So we could set up one here, get another assembler over there, and this one is going to be the electric engine unit. This is also going to require some lubricant. Not sure where I'm going to get this in yet, but we'll figure it out. Additionally, we're going to need electronic circuits. We're going to set up 2 machines responsible to craft copper cables. Actually, I'm going to have to move this over a little bit. We are going to take this beacon and move it over here. We then need to make sure this machine touches at least 4 beacons with speed modules, so they are all affecting this machine. And at the same time, they are also going to affect the machine responsible for the advanced circuits. So we have 4 beacons for each, but they can share the beacons. Now we will also have 2 beacons for these machines. That doesn't matter too much. I might move them, but if they are faster than they need to be, it's no problem. Let's swap this to circuits, this one to advanced circuits. Then once again, we want to add a whole bunch of inserters plus another inserter that is going to bring copper cables over to the advanced circuits. We bring this in with another fast inserter and let me see, would have been nice to bring this together on 1 belt again. Oh well, let's feed this machine. Yes, and now we only need plastic bars. Oh, actually we can get this on the belt here. So never mind, it's kind of adding up. Let's go ahead, split this twice, but with the second one we want to filter out plastic. And then we can bring the plastic up here. And all we really have to do is something like this. Yep, that should add up. Okay, let's try to provide everything with power. However, it looks like we are going to need the plastic for low density structures still. So we kind of want to continue this and then split up the plastic again. So filter that out on the left side and we will be able to continue this line without the copper cables. The advanced circuits, however, I'm only going to require for processing units, so we are going to feed that directly into the next machine. We need sulfuric acid. Let me see. Put this there. Give me processing units. We move this over. Sulfuric acid is going to come from some direction. So at some point we need to get the electronic circuits out of there and maybe move across here. Yeah, actually we can use this gap easily. And then get another inserter going here. Not sure about which tier of inserters I'm going to require for everything. We will sort that out once the machine is running. Processing units are going to require 5 beacons, otherwise I'm going to need more machines. So now they're already touched by 2 beacons from the looks of it. That would be 3, 4 and second. We can do the 5th here. I'm still gonna need electronic circuits for the flying robot frame, so this line can continue just for that purpose. What else am I gonna need? The plastic here. This doesn't need to be a red belt. Let's see, maybe our next step is gonna be the flying robot frames. 5 beacons. We should be able to make that here. Come on. Right then, we need to grab the batteries. Electric engine units are easy. We can just continue the chain. It's currently touched by 1 beacon. So we can continue this here. Let me see. That will be 2 and 5. Okay, looking good. That's going to work out. I'm going to combine the processing units with the flying robot frames, like so. They're going to share a belt. And then we would only need the low density structures for the utility science pack. So that's the last thing we need to build. But we first need steel batteries and electronic circuits. Oh, actually electronic circuits we should be able to grab from here. So instead of going up directly, we're going to take a little detour like so. And this way we will be able to reach this place as well. I'm now going to split off some steel, make my way across the contraption here. We should be able to manage this with a red belt. Wonderful. And let's see, we need some space here for the lubricant input. And now, hold on, the last thing we require are batteries. I want to grab them from here. Actually not sure how I want to do this yet, so for now we're just gonna do that. And if we do this somewhat intelligently, we should be able to combine the batteries and steel together. Can I? Yeah, no, that's not gonna work out. We need to make a little detour like so, and yes, that's what I wanted to see. Now we have access to both materials right there, and that's basically it. Let's go ahead, give these guys also access to copper. I will move over with my iron at this point. Split up the copper right there and move this over. That should be good. Give me some more inserters. Wonderful. Okay, now everything up to this point should be running. I don't think I forgot a material. Actually, I totally did. I always do with the freaking iron here. Let me just fix this quickly. Not 100% sure if this counts as a fix, but it is going to work. Definitely more complicated than it needed to be just here. Everything else added up pretty nicely. So now we can actually take care of the lubricants. Let's see, I can get the sulfuric acid in here. And I also need access to the lubricant. Let's bring this down here. Wonderful. Okay, let me just quickly fix this. All I need to do is hook up the pipes for the sulfuric acid and lubricant. I had to slightly rearrange something because this machine still required the electronic circuit, so I set up a splitter here instead of the beacon and moved the beacon over here. Now everything actually has the exact amount of beacons that I initially planned out. I also split up the copper line one more time in order to move over here, and now we can go to the next step, which I believe is the low density structure. So a lot of copper plates and the steel and plastic can probably share one belt. Now let's see, can we be sneaky and sort out the steel at this point on the left side? We then hop over here using an underground belt. I guess we can just continue. We need one setup with 8 beacons. We can probably already use these 3 beacons. If we did something like this, we have exactly 8 beacons, and that was for, hold on, the low density structure. All we need is to give this access to plastic, which is easy enough. Actually, we might want to change that. So if we have another machine here during the final crafting step, we could potentially move this beacon over here. That might be better. And that would actually allow us to get rid of this beacon. Yeah, I'm taking that. This would allow us to get plastic in here. Now this could be a tight fit, actually. Let me rearrange this a bit. I need to move this over. Oh crap, now nothing adds up anymore. We're gonna combine plastic and steel as we wanted, and that is gonna add up a little bit better. We still affect this machine by 2 beacons. So that will be 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, 2 inserters for the low density structures. And then that would finally be the utility science pack. You know, I don't have enough beacons to affect this assembler. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, this way I can only do 7. Let's see how big of a problem this is. If this is 7 beacons only, Actually, we might be able to get away with it. It's going to be slightly less than 1 science pack per second, but it might work out. We're gonna try to power everything up. That should actually do the trick. And am I still crafting beacons? I need beacons. There we go. Low density structures are being built. So now we have to think about flying robot frames and processing units. We got those here. I knew there was something else. Luckily, this should be fairly easy. If we move these guys down here, then we can underground like so. So it's kind of adding up still. It would be great to get the science packs out of here and move them directly on the belt. That was actually my original intention. We still have 2 items to pack in there somehow. In this case, my suggestion would be to do something like this. And then we can move this around. That should be good. And we can use a yellow underground belt to go beneath that. And this theoretically solves all of our problems. There, all I need now is a power pole. And we got that working. Great. So right now, of course, all the modules are missing. Most of these machines will be getting the productivity modules and all of the beacons will be getting the speed modules. But the most important part is we now also have access to the yellow science, which means we can do all of the science that is left to do until we reach the end game. And in the meantime, we can make sure we have enough resources. For instance, at the moment, we are lacking the stone. Yeah, I believe we almost used up all the stone. Looks like we will not be lacking the iron anytime soon. Look at this. Only like 4 drills are left to go. Yeah, that's something we have to take care of. Another thing I did off camera is add a secondary power production farm. So right now we are producing again more than enough power. However, I suspect soon enough we will be polluting more than we want to. And we will have to go further and further away from the base, except we want to fight the critters at the base, which is not something I'm keen to do right now. But yeah, pretty good. Now we have access to all the materials. I just want to fill this up with all the necessary modules that I need to produce. Actually, how many modules do we need? Like 60 productivity and 4 speed modules. That is not true. I guess that was actually for the copper cables, because otherwise we were not producing enough. But yeah, that is something I can do off camera while brainstorming for the next contraption. But I'm actually fairly happy how small this turned out, and it kind of fits the theme of our previous base. Just look at that. The beacons make such a difference. I mean, this build would have used way more space than the other builds, but because this one will be the most upgraded one, we are all good. But yeah, guys, I would say with that out of the way, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it. Have a great time, and hopefully I'm going to catch you in the next episode. Bye bye.